Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome everyone to a first inside edition of CEO 1 Month interview line. I am joined by Bani Sodhi, former CEO for 1 month Adecco India in 2016. She had a wonderful experience back in 2016 at Adecco India, and I've invited her to share a few words about that. But also, she has a great career story until today that I would like her also to share. So, Bani, can you please say a few words about yourself? We only have 5 minutes for this interview, so we have to be quick, but also very revealing. So, a few words about yourself, and we'll take it over from there.
Thank you, Christian, for having me. And hello, everyone. I am Bani Sodhi. And let me share something about my childhood. I grew up in India, and my dad served in the Indian Air Force. My mother was an entrepreneur. And due to the nature of my dad's job, we moved in the country every 1 to 2 years. And as a result of that, I was schooled in a lot of different places. I grew up experiencing a lot of different cultures and religions. And so I had a lot of diversity of thought mindsets around me. And that's what made me really curious about how humans operate and function in the real world. Now, Adecco is in the people's business, and that is somehow how I stumbled upon the Adecco Group. And it was the summer of the year that I was graduating from. I studied political science in the capital of Delhi, in the capital of India. In the graduation year, I was looking for doing something over the summer and upskilling. And that's when I landed on the CEO for 1 month opportunity. It showed up on my screen for the first time.
Okay, so you applied, you got selected, you entered a bootcamp experience, and then you became the CEO. Can you please share a few insights about your experience as a CEO, and also what is the most memorable memory that you have from that period?
Yes, so absolutely. It was the first time Adecco India was hosting the CEO for 1 month. And afterwards, I was told that we had about 5,000 to 6,000 qualified applicants. So the competition was very healthy and intellectually competitive. But I remember being so focused on the will to win that, I was taking interview calls while commuting in Indian tuk-tuks, running tours, catching trains, and, there was nothing that would come in my way and the CEO for 1 month. In the bootcamp, top 5 of us were called to Bangalore, and the CEO, the CFO, and the HRD challenged us on efficient thinking, on interpersonal skills, potential, ambition, and drive. And I would say that it was such a wonderful and gainful learning experience for me because the nuances that I learned in those 48 hours still stick with me today in my job. And that's something that I really fondly remember. And you asked me if there is something I really remember particularly. I think there is one thing in terms of, how my CEO at that time, Angelo, who was, the CEO that I would shadow, really invested his time in helping me to understand the business, to really, welcome my thoughts and ideas and perspectives in business reviews, in ops reviews. Asking for my perspective, or even pushing the envelope and making me stand in front of 50 CEOs as a fresh graduate to share my thoughts. I think as a fresh graduate, to have such time investment and also to have such an opportunity is tremendous, and that's where I experienced Adecco Group's commitment in really developing talent.
Okay, Bani, currently you are the Group Strategic Program Manager. You're located in Zurich. Can you tell us a little bit more about the journey between the CEO 1 month experience and what you're doing right now?
Absolutely. So I got selected as the CEO for 1 month in 2016. And after the completion of a month, I was asked, what did I learn? What would I like to do now? And I feel so humbled to say at that time, I interviewed for an HR role because this whole journey of 1 month really led me to experiencing business and finding my own calling, which was in HR. And so I interviewed for a role. I started as the HR project specialist, managing global projects for India. In 2016, 2 years later, I discovered my passion in learning and development. And so I took on the role of talent development and talent management. And then a year later, I got nominated into the International Future Leaders Program, another fantastic internal leadership development program by the Adecco Group. And then 2 years later, I relocated to the global headquarters in Switzerland to work as strategic program manager, leading the leadership development programs for the group.
Bani, that's quite a rush. Congrats. Can you share with us also what would be the most rewarding thing that you take from your current job?
Absolutely. I think I really love to say that I love my work. The environment is so entrepreneurial and innovative. In my job, I get to work with multi-generational, multicultural teams. Having that creative freedom and being surrounded by such inspiring colleagues and knowing that intellect is welcome at the Adecco Group, oh, it's such a dream.
Okay, good. We're closing. We're almost done with our 5 minutes. So, if it were for you to give a piece of advice to any young person who is watching you, who's watching us right now, who is considering, who saw the ads so far, what would be it?
Well, I always reminded myself of 3 things. The first is to be authentic and to talk about what value your authentic self brings to the table. I always encourage myself to think out of the box and, develop that growth mindset. And third, I always reminded myself to push the boundaries. And for me, that's what worked.
Okay, Bani, thank you very much for your super kind words. If anyone's watching, if anyone's out there who is considering CEO 1 month, you heard Bani, do it, subscribe. There are only a few days left until the applications end. Until then, if you have any questions, please follow all our local CEO 1 month social media pages in EMENA. Bani, thank you once again for your time and for sharing these wonderful experiences with us. You're quite inspiring in this case. Best of luck to everyone who wants to join the program, and please know that there's always an open door for anyone who applies and doesn't really get selected, because in the end it can be only one. National and international CEO 1 month. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.